chosen, and we're playing on Legend Ironman, the hardest difficulty, and to just be a bit crazier, I've also put on permanent dark events. And we've just got the Warden armor, which means we're out of supplies, literally zero, out of alloys, low on Illyrium, but we've got the best armor, so we're happy. And now we've got a cancel mission, got a neutralize a target, 183 supplies. What it doesn't tell you is that 183 supplies is for neutralizing the target. If you capture them, you also get the 94 intel. And we may be bumping into the assassin in this mission. I've already prepared a squad. Because the difficulty is only difficult and most of the missions we're getting are now very difficult, I've decided to throw in a few lower ranked squad members just to try and beef them up just a little bit, mixed in with some of our classic bests. Are we all ready to go? Let's do it.
For some time now, the Resistance has been tracking a VIP known for working with the aliens, and they finally narrowed the target to a quadrant in this area. They've asked us to move in and deal with this person once and for all. As always, we'll need to eliminate any hostile forces protecting the package to secure the area. Capture the target if possible, use force if necessary.
Looks like we're starting on a roof. It's good news.
Menace 1-5, target location confirmed. Move to engage. Eliminate all hostile contacts. The squad is concealed.
Alright, so we've got 12 turns. And that extraction point looks really far out. I have a feeling this is going to be pretty tricky. The VIP's in some strange radar looking facility. That's very cool. Oh, little bug out there. Looks like the legs of a sectoid. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, it's good to do a little recon like this at the start of missions. A lot of people just dive straight in, but I can see already there's a pipe there. It's probably going to be a great way of getting in, dropping down and grabbing the VIP. In terms of getting out, it looks like there's a ladder there. That seems to be taking us up to a roof here. So our route is probably going to be up that pipe, up this ladder, across that roof, and potentially running through plasma fire from the roof to the extraction. Everything up to that point we're not going to know about until our Reaper gives us eyes. As I always say in XCOM, intel is everything. Find out what you're going to be up against. Now normally I would move the Reaper as far forward as is reasonable, but I've had a few times where I've done something like this and there's been a civilian standing around here or here, and that's botched a mission right at the start, and it's just not what you want. So what I'm actually going to do is not move him first, and first I'm going to move Kevlar, our sniper, up to here, where he's probably going to stay for a few turns. Just to get him to peek over the edge, and okay, I was expecting him to spot some civilians down here, but okay, that's fine. At least now we know that it's clear for our Reaper to start doing work. I think I'll take this cover due to the direction of the Newtons.
I've spotted an alien patrol.
Oh, you spotted two. Okay, it's pretty hefty. Then again, if they stay all clustered together, always with chicken remote start, half the time it's completely useless and half the time it completely turns the mission around, so I love it. Okay, I'm not going to be shooting this turn. I'll tell you that now. Way too far back. I'd quite like a big claymore combined with a grenade ambush to deal with this. I'm not really keen on engaging from the rooftop because I feel like it's a bit too far back, and since there are 2 pods there, we can probably get closer without picking up a third. They probably just happen to have landed next to each other. Starting to think about cover as well. There's some nice big blocks of full cover here. Probably move the Reaper a bit further in. Maybe even moving around this way. It's not too far out. I suppose it's not too far out from the direction we're going to go. But on one hand, the idea of splitting the squad in 2, one taking fire and the other flanking from the side sounds great, but really what just happens is the more you spread out your squad, the more likely one of those squad members activates another pod. And XCOM is a game about not activating other pods until you have made certain you are ready for it. Now I'm going to run Zara this way because if something goes wrong, he can use his grappling hook to get straight back up if he has to, so use the high mobility units and make them do the longer runs. I always move the medic last because A, got aid protocol, so if someone triggers out in the open you can try and save them with that, and or mimic beacon. You don't want to have used up your squad member in charge of the mimic beacon when you desperately need it. So rule of thumb, move them last. Okay, I think we'll bring Lee round as well, which is pretty quick. Don't want to get too greedy, but I'd like to get further in. Really get some eyes on.
I go where I am needed. I know where you are.
Okay, so that's a lot of enemies we can already see. Good news is, they're not going to get triggered by the rest of our squad. Only if the Reaper gets spotted, which really it shouldn't. Really hope it doesn't. Now the big question is, how close can we get our Grenadier? Because I feel like it's a long way, I am being a bit risky and trying to dash in the first turn. Although usually the first turn is the best time to dash, so I just really want to get that ambush set up as efficiently as possible. What I am concerned about here, though, is putting Sean here if that's a little too close. However, the target preview says I'll only spot 5, which is certainly those 5. So this is probably a safe bet. What I'll do though is I'll just check which blue square he lands in, there. And I'll make him do this move first, just so we may as well break up the move if we're uncertain or it's a dangerous situation. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah, okay, let's move him up.
Heading out.
We'll be able to check next turn before we make any real moves, whether that's going to be a problem.
Moving out.
I'd love to have done some real engagements off the roof here, but there's a load of them and they're really far away. I just realised I just broke my own rule. I just didn't move my medic first. That was foolish. I'm not going to use my grappling hook yet because A, that gives me no cover, and B, next turn I might want to grapple up there.
I will go.
Just going to have to live with my mistake now. Hope no one dies. Okay, that's not ideal. I'd like to get Lee a bit closer, but this will have to do. She can probably shoot a rocket
Good copy. Moving on
from
target.
here if she has to. Kevin, I think, is pretty much in the ideal position at the moment. And hopefully, if we can deal with all of these without triggering this pod, then if I keep Reaper sight on that pod, Kevin can start doing some long-range work, picking off the sectoids. But for now,
On Overwatch.
that will be our first move. We've moved a lot. Now I either want them to bugger right off, or all cluster really close together. Okay, they're doing neither. Just gonna have to live with that. Curious about the hack. Now, I'm not going to test this, but sometimes I have seen in other people's playthroughs where their gremlin has triggered a pod. So I'm going to leave my curiosity be. Important thing now, so as you can see, Sean doesn't have view of the aliens up by the radar. And if he can't see them, they pretty much can't see him. Unless they had some sort of squad side deal, which they clearly don't. However, I don't see a very good way of triggering one without triggering the other. We can't really afford to hang around and wait for them to patrol into a better position, and we can't really push forward without worrying about these, which means we're probably going to end up having to take on all 5 at once. Which is really not what we were going for. What's the best shot we've got? Okay, so Kevin could kill that shield bearer, and we don't need to worry about those for now. Can we use a claymore ambush? So I'd quite like to get it on the 3 over there, but I don't think that's really going to be happening, so... Besides, mutons are really nasty. Just look at that again. Yeah, so certainly if I move to here, I'll be able to get a claymore on all 3 of them. Sean can probably gas them out. Again, though, it's so tempting, I wish I could do that. No, I think this should be a decent way of taking out both of those pods at once. And then that kills the further pod. That leaves all our squad back here. After that pod gets brought, they'll probably bring themselves into here, and we hit them from both sides. And we'll be in the clear. What I am worried about, though, is Sean's position here if he does get attacked from that side. Which is why I'm not going to move him forward, because I know he's in a currently safe and clear position. And for now I'll leave the rest of my actions open, really. I know what my ambush is going to be, I may as well try and keep as much versatility in what I've got left. Oh man. Codex, sectoid, sectoid, sectoid. So there's 3 of them up there. Officer, Muton, shield bearer, trooper. So we've got view on all 9 of them. Oh, a 4, a 3 and a 2. All at once, that's really nasty. Have to be very careful about how we execute this. I'd like to be able to not blow up that wall, because they might reveal even more. You know, you start blowing up, shooting through walls, people spot you through the holes. But what can you do?
A delicate placement.
At least Claymore keeps the Reaper in concealment. Second thing to think about is that gas. So we want to put it in a... We want the rest of the gas to go in, like see how it's layering over this bench, pretty much depriving those troopers from useful cover. And XCOM's probably not going to be using those bits of cover, so it's pretty safe to do this. So we really want to think about where all that spare explosive gas is going. Alright. Time to go loud. Get him, Sean. so we didn't quite deprive them of as much cover as we wanted. I've actually got a pistol shot here, surprising. We just want to do as much damage now as possible because of how many of them there are, so I'm going to take lightning hands. Good. We'll come back to the rest later. We may need the Mimic Beacon this turn just because of the sheer number of enemies we might be facing. And those mutons are still alive, albeit burning, poisoned, or a combination of the two. They're still a big threat. Hazal hasn't really got any good shots here, so he's going to have to move. Justice, they're pretty low percentages. If he was to go here and grapple up, I think he would trigger this pod, and to be honest, if we do that, then we're going to be in a world of pain. I see Wrath and Justice are going to have the same percentages. Whiplash is a waste on these, especially when there's a codex we could do them against. I really do think we're going to have to go all out though. We've got a rocket with Lee. That's probably worth using. In fact, 4 to 6 damage. That's probably best used on the mutons. Although it is deeply tempting because of its basically infinite. Oh, not infinite. Like I was going to say, I thought it was. Well, it goes a very long way. Could have blasted all 3 of those sectoids. I might even save it for that if I can. But probably going to have to use it soon. We are in a bit of a pickle. I do also have the option of giving another action to Sean and having him fire a frost bomb. But I think at that rate he's only going to get one of them. That Muton has a chance of dying next turn just from its fire and poison, but I don't really want to count on it if I can help it. Really, that shield bearer needs to go. 100% that shield bearer needs to go. Who else can I take out comfortably? Okay, that's a pretty good shot on that trooper that I hadn't really thought about. Shots on the Mutons and the officer are subpar, so I'm going to take this. I think Zar can probably finish that guy off. Good. Okay, that's not quite as good a shot as I was hoping for. Actually, let's not forget, I can take the running gun. Again, though, I take the risk of moving too close and activating those pods. Although, if I stay behind this area in line with Sean, we're probably going to be alright. Now, for your turn, well, we have teamwork as well. He's not going to be so useful. So we could either aid protocol someone or teamwork to Black Death. In fact, his shots have +2 armor piercing. So if I teamwork to him, he can probably kill that. That's a good idea. He can probably kill that shield bearer and then use Mega's second action to Mimic Beacon.
The enemy should fear us.
Because if that shield bearer gives all those guys armor, then we're in a whole world of pain. 89. Gonna have to rely on it, I think. But if he gets revealed, we're in a real big trouble. 89, come on. Oh, we needed that. We needed that badly. Good. Okay. That improves our situation immensely. Again, I'm deeply tempted by these grapples, but I think it's just a little too close to that bunch. There would be lovely. We just can't afford to trigger. If that group triggers now, we're just so screwed. Okay. Let's say we take out those 2 mutons with a rocket. Can we? We can. Okay, actually I think that's a very good move. We take him from this angle though, just because the enemies are over on the left. So if I take here, Zal's got this covering him from that side. Lee won't if I go here. So again, we are relying very much in this strategy on not triggering the triple sectoid codex death pod. Oh, okay, this is even better. This gives her a flanking axe throw, which is definitely worth taking. Beautiful. I know they're high 80% shots, but team's really coming through right now. Alright. 4 damage, so it assumes 4 damage. That one's going to die of burning, / poison, / space aids.
Firing rocket.
So that's at least 1 muton down, maybe 2. Excellent, both of them. I do not care about that loot being destroyed. 2 mutons down. I'm a happy, happy man. And now at this point, I'm considering not even bothering with the Mimic Beacon because we've only got 1 enemy to contend with. It suddenly seems so much nicer. In fact, if I justice him out, then I get an amazing kill shot with Mega. So I think that's worth it.
The choice is made.
Saves the Mimic Beacon. Worst case scenario, we have to deal with him. Oh, even better. If that had missed, it wouldn't have been so bad though. Maybe we take a shot, he marks someone, we take maybe 1 hit. But I think that's worth it for a mission like this where we're going to need the Mimic Beacon. But yeah, look at that. Wasted that pot of 5.
You want some more?
I wish there was a way we could get an explosive up on those triple sectoids, but I don't think there is. However, we have some lovely shots. I don't really want to lay into the codex because I've got blue screen protocol on Xyle, who can shoot so much, do some serious damage. So I'll probably open with Kevin sniping out one of the sectoids. But I think we've earned a bit of a breath. She can't. Actually, to be fair, other than the bolt caster, we're pretty much fine. But I know, so I think we'll get started, get them off their roof. Oh, critical, lovely. And that brings them away from the VIP as well. Now they've done all their movement, we know where they are. And we've still got the rest of our squad left. Now this looks like, if we have to, we can already crossbomb 2 sectoids in 1. Yep. So that's that potentially dealt with. What I really want now is a shot on that codex, but it's in a real pain position. I genuinely don't think we're getting anywhere near it. That thing is tucked away. Okay, now just out of curiosity, I'm going to go see what that hack was.
I'll take a look.
But I think unfortunately there's a very real possibility that that Codex is going to survive until next turn. So the chances are high, but I think we have better things to do with our actions than increase a medic's crit chance for 3 turns. Yeah, maybe, we'll see. I do think we need to close some distance here, though. See, how great would that be if we had a shot? Maybe we can make a shot. If we blow that wall out. But with what? I don't think that's happening, you know, our only explosive is a frost bomb. Oh, actually this might be a good move. Although it does bring him painfully close. I really don't like the idea that it could trigger another pod back there. But I think that might be a really good way of A, killing a sectoid, and B, getting a good shot on that. I can't even see, how is he getting any shot actually? There's a window there. First things first, let's where can we put Russo to see more of what's out there? Here will do.
You can never escape my sight. I could kill you before you had time to blink.
We are going to try and take him alive this time. I think that we're just going to have to deal with that Codex being alive next turn. Again, I like to leave Ripper till late just because I might need to do this combat presence on someone.
On the move.
I don't think it's worth using run and gun just to get a slightly better shot from here. So I'm going to take this. Might miss. Yep, that's fine. I kind of expected it to miss, really.
It's still moving.
There's not much else we can really do with her this turn anyway. I think I will be freezing those sectoids this turn.
What's over there?
I think freezing them gives you some sort of higher, I'm not sure it's higher percentage to hit or higher something else on them, but may as well do that before we take Zal out. Again, likelihood is Codex is going to use his psionic bomb. Oh! Oh, I froze the Codex! Okay, that was unexpected and brilliant. And yeah, that has increased my hit percentage on the Codex, so anyway, we don't need to worry now. We get a nice free finish here.
No compromises.
I should have done that before I had Lee shoot though. That was a mistake.
Oh yeah.
You can make mistakes in XCOM, just not too many. And now we don't have to worry about a psionic bomb coming in, so we can get a bit closer. Otherwise I'd probably have kept you a bit further apart. I wonder, maybe that Codex is actually in a slightly different position. It does bug out a little bit sometimes and show soldiers at a different position to where they are. Okay.
I'm on it.
Oh, in fact, I should have just gone up for a melee really, but not necessary.
Target eliminated.
So where's that? There's that pipe we were thinking of going to. For now, I want to go here because A, it gives me view of more of the area. B, gives me a flanking shot on that codex if I need it.
I am trusting you.
Or at least on what's left of the codex after Xyle goes blue screen on it. I'll leave Kevin for now because what he's probably going to do is pick off the codex's teleport buddy. And now is the time for some zip grappling action. Oh, I can get there, but whenever I do something like this, I find a square that I like the look of, and then I see what the site preview would be to get to it. Like going that way, you go through the smoke, but I think grappling, even if I go through the smoke, I should be fine. So let's take that.
Changing position.
Yeah, I think I'm fine. Yeah, he's not poisoned. What? He doesn't have a shot, apparently. That is unpleasant, but I can get a shot. I can get a height advantage shot. I'll take that. Hopefully I'm not triggering anything, though. I'm getting a bit too close to the rest of the map, but no, we're okay. But I don't need Whiplash. That is, I'm pretty sure, an instant kill. Yep.
My weapon is nearly empty.
Blue screen protocol was made for codices. Now we've just got to not get too greedy. So we do not want to trigger a pod now. On a nice execution, but we're not out of the woods. Not by a long shot.
Tired of waiting around.
I can also guess that there's probably maybe one more pod left in the area, and we'll probably get a reinforcement pod when we grab the VIP. And that last pod is probably near our extraction, so I don't think we're going to be stressing out over further enemies just yet.
Let's move already.
If you say so.
I probably don't need to press on quite as much as I am doing, though, just because 9 turns left and we're doing pretty well, but
No need to ask twice.
Kevin finally leaves the insertion roof.
Re-up and reload.
Now our explosion's actually given us a potentially even quicker way into where the VIP is. Actually, no, we can drop down from the top with Xyle. Yeah, that's no problem. However, I kind of want to wait and clean out the rest of the pods, and we'll let someone at the back pick him up. Kevin, I want ziplining straight up to that high roof as soon as is reasonably possible. Which is not yet, but how close can I get? I can get to here. That's probably enough.
Understood. Moving out.
I didn't used to use the spider suit on the snipers, and I realise now that that was madness. Right, which of these actually has a plate of cover behind it? None of them, so I'll just get in.
Grappling.
Okay. Still doing fine.
I am at your service.
I would like to know where that potential last pod is, though, before I do pick up the VIP, because that'll likely be what sparks a great big insertion of enemy reinforcements. I'll bring Ripper down for now, just because he's got the grapple, he can get back up probably the most easily. Oh, actually, do I want that? No, I think I'll... Lee's quite far back, so I'll have Lee go in this way and grab the VIP and probably come running out there with a shotgun later, if necessary. But remember, we're not really in a rush with this VIP anymore.
Moving out.
Freaked out a minute when the music started, but then I remember it's probably just because we spotted the VIP.
I'm trusting you here.
I'm reluctant with Russo to... it's tempting to like, do something like crazy and run all the way up there or there or there. Maybe there looks quite nice. There might be okay. I'm just a bit concerned about seeing them without triggering them, because if they're right there. But with a Reaper, it's probably okay. So actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go here. Hope for the best.
Moving as ordered.
And it looks like there's no more enemy pods. And there's a little patch there, but still.
Heading there now. Okay, I'll go.
Get much needed reload in.
I reload.
Bring our medic in as far as we can. And we have moved a lot more quickly and aggressively. We've got 8 turns left. Oh, there was a pod. And it was right there.
Troops here.
Oh, our medic's exposed. Was not expecting that. They were in that tiny patch that we couldn't see. Oh, the cheek. That's right there. It's not a bad time to find them, really. He's got a shot from... Okay, just shouldn't have a shot from there. Now, if dropping down quickly, can I get... Yes, I can get a beautiful shot on the Codex. Which I think is 100% the way to go. Quite like that as a position. That is an instant kill. And I put him there because it does give him the next move up to here. I can start shooting at him if it comes to that. Hope it doesn't. Lee can't get into melee range of that and doesn't want to get into melee range of the exploding one. I'm not sure how much use she's going to be. Okay, I've got a flanking shot on the Lancer from here. In fact, better off taking that with her. No, I'm not gonna. I know I'm not gonna mimic beacon this turn because I'm pretty certain I can deal with these pods. Ah, I didn't expect that to survive. Okay, now we can lock that there. Trying to get preferably a nicer cover position to do it from, but that's going to have to do. Actually, I'd rather get a flank. I don't want to miss. Yeah, that's reasonable.
As you order, Commander. The time for hiding is over.
98. It's not 100, but it's enough.
One upsetting.
Hey, Major Russo. Lovely. Unfortunately, Kevin went too far that way, so not going to be super useful. It may come down to taking the melee. Oh, I don't want to kill him. He's behind there. This last one is going to be a real pain. Could move to here. Maybe a pistol overwatch. Be worth doing.
Moving out.
I have an annoying feeling I'm going to have to kill it, or going to have to use Overwatch. But in case it doesn't work out, I do not want him getting a big burning attack on my men, so I reckon put Lee in some nice full cover here.
Moving to position.
This cover does work against fire. Not as well as... Oh, okay, 52. Worth a try? Actually, no, not worth a try. Because I'm probably not going to finish him off. So what he's probably going to do... He can't flame me from here because I have full cover, so he's probably going to have to come round, jump in, come this way, or run maybe that way after someone else. But we're all in nice cover. So he's going to have to move to do anything, which means overwatching in the most sensible positions we can come up with. So if he does run in, I think this is a good position for Sean.
What's over there?
Oh, and even better, he can actually suppress them, which is just as good, really. Nice close range shotgun overwatch. You move, you die. Oh no. I was hoping that shotgun would work, but I guess he might still have low cover. Okay, but yeah, the cover still works against the fire, so I guess he's not expecting to actually hurt me there. He's getting toasty. This should be a definite kill shot.
Weapon ammunition is low.
Now, because we've been so ridiculously quick, I think we can take some time to reload and position. And to be honest, the way it's looking, we might not even have to take on the enemy reinforcements. We might just have a clear run to the extraction. But let's not chance it. Alright, we can get Kevin back up here. That'll do.
Closing on target position now.
Don't want to put anyone there just yet because it'll block the way up. Leave Lee for now. And again, we don't really know where those reinforcements are going to come, so it's spread out.
I'm trusting you here.
loaded.
Ready to engage.
Back online.
Ready to engage.
Finally.
Bags of time. Alright, let's see where those reinforcements are coming from. Kick his ass, Lee.
Status confirmed. Target package in custody.
I've got coverage. Target VIP secured.
They've even given us a nice convenient exit.
On the move. Let's move already.
Utilizing hook.
And now really I just want to make a ring of Overwatch up here.
Cover me. Reloading.
Give me time to reload.
I'll leave Sean where he is for now. I'll tuck him in the corner.
Okay, I'll go. Affirmative. Covering now. I won't let them past. I'm on it.
Overwatch.
Perfect, so
They've got friends.
fair play to them for trying to put it right between us and the extraction, but
We're picking up an enemy
we're going to cut
transport
them right
inbound
down.
on your current position.
Affirmative.
So now we can reposition slightly for the ambush. Make sure everyone gets a shot. I'm going to reposition Russo because he's not going to be ambushing anyway.
Volk says I am to obey.
I think that's pretty much the best positions we could ask for. And in fact, if they do take cover behind that car, which they probably will,
I go where you tell me.
got a contingency for that as well. Alright, break through one last set of reinforcements and then we are out of there. Just see if I can get some cover.
Tired of waiting around.
Okay,
Got it covered.
Scanning.
I await their approach.
Come get some.
it's not a very strong pod.
We've got Ironman nowhere to hide.
2 down.
Shot failed to connect.
Beautiful. Let's get right in there.
Vengeance has come.
Moving to position. VIP secure and in position for evac. Firebrand.
And we got it.
VIP is secure.
I am on the move.
Easy.
Your friends will join you soon. Good to go.
We may as well get out of there.
I will reposition. I'm all over it.
No need to ask twice.
Won't pull the others out just yet. You never know. 2 turns remaining. It's not quite as much as I thought we were going to have, but it's enough.
Finally.
I guess that will be okay.
I leave the field.
This day is done. Ready to boogie.
Getting out of here.
Packing it in. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Flawless. Had almost no flawless missions in the first 5-6 months. And now,
After the war's over,
3 in a row, I think.
Start your modeling career.
Even with permanent dark events, the game definitely gets a lot easier once you start to get mag weapons and warden armor and captain rank soldiers. I think now we finally have a major, so we can do some chosen hunting. Much needed chosen hunting.
And despite the destruction left in their wake, XCOM refuses to let go of the ways of the old world. They will continue their wanton and reckless crimes until the entire world burns around them. We are grateful to the elders for their support in ending this menace once and for all.
End the Elder's false vision. That is the purpose of all skirmishers. Until it is done, there can be no other path for us.
And there we go. Reaper, first major. That could be insanely good with the right weapon. Could take out alien rulers with that. 6 shots on a extended magazine. Superior extended magazine. Absolutely devastating. Squad sight I don't find all that useful, really, for a Reaper. Because you want them to have really high percentage shots, and they're normally the ones giving the sights to other units. Claymore, yep, another Claymore, pretty decent, although you usually don't really have keeping the concealment long enough to do both. Although I would have just then. However, I've not put really any of the Claymore bonuses on. Sting I'd quite like to get. Banish, but maybe not just yet. So I'll actually leave the major level ones for now. And once I've got a good enough gun, I'll pick up Banish. For assessment every time. Now I've got another Grenadier with all of the heavy explosive perks, so Sean's going to be the gunner. Plus, if you've got suppression, you may as well get hollow targeting, because they synergize. Awesome.
You have done an outstanding job leading the Resistance, Commander.
Another job well done. Alright, and that's all for now.